So guys, today I'll be talking about the important concept in C++. So the name of the lesson is Yonsanjachun Pokwa Frame Sono, like operating overloading and the frame declaration. Today it will be interesting because we learned the new concepts that we haven't learned. So you might wonder that what's the Yonsanjachun Pokwa, like operator overloading. In C++, operators like plus, minus, equal can be overloaded, meaning that we can define somehow the operators for objects of the class. So there was one guy that called the Poksusu. I don't know what was his name. I don't know. So the first in the class we learned about the complex. The complex is it's also here the definition. Complex is the class that designed for holding the two elements of the same type in a Cartesian form. Like they might be like you can imagine x plus y multiplied by I, something like this. So here's also the example that it says, it gives the like some written codes. First it's initiating the like stuffs as we learned last lesson, like complex. Here's the constructor and also Somelja. What was the Somelja in English? Like destructor, and also the some like real numbers, also imaginary numbers. By the way, in here in the complex class there will be the real numbers and the imaginary numbers. So when we want to create the like operator overloading, there will be a little bit different syntax. For example, we just first initiate the default class, and after that we create that. Also in the first page, first it's giving the just class itself, and it's defining it outside of the class, like complex blah 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 blah, as you can see. So operators in here, as you can see, they can be implemented as member functions, also the non-member functions in the next slides. Like there is like two type of the things that we can do, like member functions and then non-member functions. So here's also the introducing here. So if you go to the 9th page, can you guys go to 9th page? So there's a two type of the access modifiers that we learned before, like private and public. So for accessing private classes, there is a method that we learned in the lesson. It's called the friend function. The friend function allows us to access the data inside of the private members. So you might wonder why we use the friend function. So the friend function normally use the private members of the class that we used to learn that we can't access to the private members of the class, but now in the C++ we can. So but there is one problem. Sometimes we need external functions to access them. For example, in overloaded operators. So based on the PPT and also the explanation of the professor, I tried to make a difference between the members and the friends function. So the member function for assignment operators like equal, but for other arithmetic operators like arithmetic and then relational operators like plus, equal or not equal, we need to use the friend function. So they can be both implemented but with a little bit different way. So in here, in the 12th page, it's giving a little bit different definition about the friend function. So it says the friend function, they might be the include somehow part of the classes, but it's not equal to the member function. And then the tricky part of the friend function is that we should declare the friend function, not the declare, we need to define the friend function outside of the classes. That's the point that we need to care about when we code. So then here it's giving some examples and then right here it's all in the next page. Also it's saying that we can define the operators or loaders, like with two kind of the stuffs in the 15th page. So it says the first one is the friend function, and then another one is the member functions. Okay, I think it will be enough for you today. Thank you guys.
Okay, so